India, the world's second largest wheat producer, may end up importing wheat after a gap of 6 long years. Demand-supply mismatch is pushing for a relaxation in wheat import duty, which currently stands at 44%. Is wheat availability a cause of concern? And what does this mean for the average roti consumer? Let's find out. 3 years of poor harvest first led to food inflation and are now also leading to a decline in government's reserves of this precious grain. So much so that domestic wheat prices have consistently stayed above the minimum support price of 2,275 rupees per 100 kg. Wheat is now as expensive as 3,000 rupees per quintal in many states. But why are wheat reserves depleting? Well, after 5 consecutive record harvests, extreme temperatures in 2022 and 23 severely impacted production of wheat crop. This year's harvest is also expected to be 6.25% lower than the government's 112 million metric ton estimate. And since the harvest began in April, the government managed to buy only 26.2 million tons against the target of 30 to 32 million tons, resulting in a shortfall on the reserves. And while official wheat procurement for financial year 25 will remain within the 27-28 million tons, India needs about 18.5 million metric tons of wheat for its food welfare programs alone. This leaves it with very little reserves. The situation is, in fact, shooting through the roof. The prices are shooting through the roof as both farmers and traders are now hoarding the stock. This has prompted the government to also step in. The centre pumped in close to 10 million tons from its own inventories through open market sales scheme to cool prices last year. As a result, the wheat stock in state warehouses fell to 7.5 million tons in April, the lowest in 16 years after this exercise. The government hopes to maintain reserves above a psychological benchmark of 10 million tons, and that's where the need to import comes in. The end of general election removes a major hurdle for the government as it wants to scrap the 44% tax on wheat imports by the end of June. But the road ahead is bumpy. So far, the centre has resisted wheat imports due to potential backlash from farmers, a key voting demographic. It was hoping to do so post-elections. But the conclusion of the 6-week-long election has cut the size of the BJP and changed the political calculus. It would be therefore better suited for the newly elected NDA government to keep farmers happy. So, should you be worried about rising prices of wheat and the daily roti getting expensive or inflated monthly budgets? Traders say situation is not that bad after all. Both government and private trading companies are better supplied this year as compared to last. At around 27 to 28 million tons, the procurement this year is already higher than last year. In fact, unlike the last year, output is also expected to be about 2.4 million tons more. And if the country could do without imports last year, the need this year can be managed. And while the need to import may not be imminent, prices may remain stable. Any eventuality with depleting wheat stock cannot be ruled out. Is it time for India, therefore, to change its food basket to reduce carbs through wheat, rice and potato and include more proteins in the Thali? Well, a change in urban food habits over time will leave some wriggle room for distribution of the cheapest source of energy to the deprived, underserved population, while also help farmers diversify into higher yielding varieties of crop, thereby helping the farm sector improve its own income. I leave you with that thought.